You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas.
Lights up.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Yo, what's going on? This is your player partner Watt, and I am back for the drop box. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and follow on our socials. Let's get into it. Okay, so Rolling Loud happened, and DaBaby had a performance. And during his set, he made some statements. You can hear the statements that he made during his set at the beginning of this video. That shit was just out of left field. Like, it was a whole bunch of shit that didn't make no sense. It was like some of the craziest shit in the world. He talking about, if you ain't got no STDs, put your lighters up. If you didn't steal no PPP loan, put your lighters up. If you ain't never claimed somebody else's kids on your income taxes, put your lighters up. Like, nigga, if you ain't never plagiarized the book report, put your lighters up. Just all the off the wall, wackiest, craziest shit in the world, man. And he took to Instagram to not clarify, but he just kind of went on. Like, I don't know where he even went with it after that. And at this point, to be honest with you, he should have just, it was bad enough he said what he said, and he should have just let it go. He should have just, you know what I'm saying, just stopped the train in its tracks. But he kept going, and that made the people out here in the social media world very unpleased with him. Mainly, you know, the LGBT community. They had some discrepancies in regards to what he said, you know what I'm saying, especially when he made the statement to say that, you know, if you're a nigga and you ain't never had to get your dick, like, first of all, hold on, man, where did that come from? Like, like, bro, first of all, your statements are just all over the place. Like, it's some of the crazy, like I say, the statements were just wild as fuck. And for him to make those kind of statements and, you know, really don't give context to why he said what he said outside of just, you know, these are just me and my fans at a show. Like, if somebody done something to you behind the scenes personally, I would much rather you be like, hey man, somebody offended me, whoop de whoop, so I just said this in retaliation to something they done, or if that's the issue. But just to kind of, you know, pull it out of nowhere, it makes you seem like, you know, it's done with malice or just some ill intent. And that's not cool. Yeah, and moving forward, the rapper TI came to his defense. You know, he made the statement that DaBaby has the right to say whatever he wants to say and live his truth, and because not Frank Ocean, but Lil Nas X lives his truth, and he kind of gave props to Frank Ocean and Lil Nas X. Listen to a portion of the clip here. Here you go.
But if you gonna have a WAP video, you gonna show have the Lil Nas X video. And if you gonna have the Lil Nas X video and him living his truth, you gonna show have people like DaBaby who gonna speak their truth. And it ain't nothing wrong with none of it. It ain't got to be no, it's all honesty.
Yeah, and that was a clip from the live that T.I. had on his Instagram. You can go and look at it. It's on YouTube, other places. I might even leave a link in the description. But he made a lot of comments during that live that I want to touch on. One of the first comments that he made that I thought really need to be elaborated on is that he in the live he made the he said that, you know, he feels like homosexuals have more rights than heterosexuals. And it's like it's things that they can say that straight people can't say. And to his point, I will say this. In life, it isn't about, like, everyone has the right of freedom of speech. It's not about what you say, it's about what you do. So what oftentimes happen, and the reason why you see people, they make these statements and then they get the backpedaling, is because at the end of the day, these people sign deals and they have sponsorships and they stand next to gay people. whether it's open or it's in private, it ain't a big enough deal for them, and then they make these statements, and then they have to walk it back and retract these statements, because you start losing sponsorships and you start losing these opportunities that have been afforded to you by people that you speak disparagingly on. Oftentimes that's the case. So when you see people running to the media after they say something, and then they run to the media and they're like, well, oh damn, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say this, or they trying to apologize for it, it's because people in positions of power exercise power, and that's what make niggas apologize. You know what I'm saying? You will bend the knee to power. That's what that is about. It isn't about someone having a right that you don't have or you can't exercise. At the end of the day, it's really about what are you gonna do about it, and people actually show you what they do about it. So yeah, niggas start hitting you in your pocket, then you get your mind right real quick and fast. Do you hear me? And another part of the live, he referenced getting the energy back that's put out. And he made reference to, you know, a lot of masculine energy or male dominated energy being put out, and what we have in present day is more of a feminist empowered movement. And to that I say this, the players in the game haven't changed. The game is still exactly the same. We live in an era now where the people that's being exploited are trying to corner the market on their exploitation, which I have no problem with. I mean, it's like, if you look at life, it's just an evolution of sorts. So it's like now the whores are managing themselves to a certain degree, and they're cornering the market on the exploitation of women. So it's not a male rapper exploiting women. It's female rappers that got you half naked, shaking your ass, showing your titties with all these suggestive lyrics. It's actually women that's doing this to other women. I'm cool with it. I have no issue with that. I mean, shit, at the end of the day, if you want to, I have no issue with it, but in the grander scheme of things, like I say, the players are still all the same. So the people that put dollars behind this, to fund this, they still win at the end of the day. And it doesn't matter if it's a female doing it, or if it's a male doing it, or even if it's a gay nigga doing it. At the end of the day, it's all exploitation with an agenda. You know what I'm saying? And he made one final comment in the live that I want to speak on, and he spoke to, you know, the Lil Nas X performances and videos being equal to the WAP video, and all of those things even being equal to DaBaby making his comments. When you do that and you say that, okay, all these things are perfectly fine and normal, and to a certain degree they are, it's almost like you're opening up Pandora's box, and we don't know what the fuck else is gonna come out of that may just be equally as bad as these things. You know, things being true don't mean that they aren't bad. And in the greater context of things, I say that people need to police themselves. You know, if someone seeks these things out or chooses these things as an adult, making adult decisions, then that's fine. But oftentimes these things have agendas attached to them, and they're put in front of people that may not be in the best place to make decisions for themselves, i.e. children, or just unstable individuals together. I would, like, if you susceptible to hoeing, I would never put hoeing in front of you. If you're a nigga and you questioning your sexuality, I will never put some gay shit. If you find a way, you got to find it on your own, so you know it was all your doing. Or if you're a nigga with some mental issues, I'm not gonna put no crazy nigga in front of you and be like, okay, champion this nigga, cause you gonna get off into doing crazy nigga shit because you already off your rocker a little bit. But I think it all comes down to people policing themselves, and yes, living your truth. Be truthful to yourself. But also understand that, you know, Your truth affects the world around you. Be for the better or worse. And so today I just say, you know, if you're gonna be out here in the world, make sure you're having a positive impact on it. And you know what? That's it for me. This has been the Dropbox. Follow me on all socials, and I'm out the box with it. Do you hear me?